Ah, ah. Ah. Mic tester, mic tester. For anybody in the chat, let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. Let me know if it's too loud or too soft. I'll adjust as I go. Ah, ah, ah. Hello, everybody. How's everybody in the chat today? Let me know if you guys can hear me good, or the music is too loud, anything. We'll just wait for about 3 minutes, and then we'll get started. But whoever's in the chat, how's your Labor Day weekend so far? Alright, I think it's time. Switch to face cam. Ooh. I better figure out how to fix this. There you go. Well, can everybody hear me okay? Alright, here we go. Hey guys, welcome to my stream. Hope everyone's Labor Day weekend is going good. If you guys are busy and outdoor, hanging out with your friends, that's good for you. Keep on doing that. This stream will be will upload soon enough after this one. So, for those of you who are already in the chat, hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a good day, and good evening today. So, for those of you who are following my Instagram page, you guys probably seen the story that I posted saying that I'll be doing 2 live streams for this Labor Day weekend. And there's a reason that I say 2. Because these kits that I'm going to build today and tomorrow, they're practically was kind of my old friend back from 1997. And as of right now, still, they're pretty inseparable. Now, many of you guys have already responded to my story, which is good. Thank you guys for participating. And many of you guys basically just guess it's going to be a Zoid kit or like a Star Wars kit or even Haro, because technically that's not Gunpla. So I guess that's kind of how everybody's guess was. Well, sorry to disappoint you guys. Those are none of the above. But before we start the stream, I will show you what I'll be building today. The 2 hints that I gave you guys were, one, it's my old friend, and probably your old friend too, back from the 90s. And these 2 kits are pretty inseparable. Now, when people think inseparable, maybe they're thinking like a boy and a girl, but love or even friendship can come in any shape or form, whether they're alive or not alive. So, the 2 kits, so let's not waste our time and let's take a look at what I will be building today. So these 2 are the kits. I just covered them up just so you could raise attention. First and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out to New Type Headquarter for, I guess, sending me this at a very good time. I know there's some other shopping malls out there that are still waiting for the orders to come, but New Type already had them in stock, so I had to buy it off of them, and they came pretty quickly. So thank you, New Type, for doing a job of getting these kits as soon as ready. And just as one note, this is unfortunately not sponsored by New Type Headquarters. I would love to get sponsorship, but I have to work my way up there. But New Type, if you are very interested of what I'm trying to do here, please, I could probably give you a call, or you guys can reach me out. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Let's get started. So, I will be now flipping these boxes to show you guys what these kits are going to be. Now, before we go forward, can anybody guess what type of kit is this going to be? Anybody in the chat? Maybe maybe I've kept you guys long enough. So I will review this right now. Ready? So the first kit that I'll show you is Bandai Cinema Rise Woody from Toy Story 4. Ba-bum! I have never imagined that Bandai will release this kit. The moment I said, wow, Woody is coming to life in a plastic model, I know I had to get it. And the second kit, you know, with Woody, there's always going to be that Space Ranger. Yes, it is Buzz Lightyear. Very awesome. Both of these kits came out a very long time. Well, not very long time. Very recently, actually. So in Japan, they released this as around, I believe it was like May or June. It was quite a while ago, but it took some time for the US side to get their shipment. Because in Japan, these were very popular. So, yeah, I am pretty excited to build these for the next 2 days. It's a Toy Story was definitely like a childhood like movie of mine. Always wanted to have all those toys, you know, Woody and everybody else. But apparently, for those who've already made this kit or have already reviewed it, they have said that the quality of this kit is pretty good. And there's like minimal painting that could be done to make this. So I figured that it's going to be a very easy build, just more like a relaxing. Yeah, so just staying away from Gunpla for a little bit because I really want to work this out. So today we will be building Woody. Of course it's going to be Woody, you know, the cowboy. Let's get the lights on for this one. Cool. All right. So let's see what's inside. Actually, can anybody hear me okay? I think the music might be a little too loud. There you go. Sorry about that. All right, so let's lower the light a little bit. Maybe turn it off for now. All right, so let's take a look at the box. So Bandai has this line called Cinema Rise Standard. For those of you who don't know what that is, Bandai, as you know, the company who makes Gundam and other plastic model or any robot series, they released a character model just to commemorate the recent movie that came out, which is Toy Story 4. Me personally, I have not yet watched Toy Story 4 yet because of a busy schedule, but you know, I really want to see what would happen because Toy Story 3 was always been my definition of like a really good finale. And if you guys haven't watched that, go watch number 3. Of course, 1 and 2. They're pretty great. Just nearly put me in tears. So what this box says that it's now for this box, it's actually they have some English portion of it. So let's check out what they say here. First, you can see that this part of the box is telling that it's very detailed out. It says it's amazing and unique part structure for fun assembly. And if you look closely at this, yeah, you can see all of these parts are separated out. So really not much painting has to be done. Maybe some little, but overall looks very good. And one of their marketing point is no glue required, no painting required, and recommended to use tools. So what this means is that if you, without any minor painting and such, you could make a Woody figure or model just as it is. It will just look great. And through the side of the box, again in English, it'll say, create your own expressive Woody plastic model. And what this kit will include, if the camera can focus, please. Please. There you go. So looks like this kit has 3 different faces that you could use. Eyes can be moved freely. And also you can see that the hat is included along with some hand parts, the detail I showed earlier. And the other part, the most important part that I think that really defines the Toy Story line is going to be the stickers. Now, if you guys are a long-time Toy Story fan, you'll know that this part of like every toy is very significant depending on which movie you watched. How much is this kit? So Woody and Buzz, they're probably around the I say around like the $20 to $30 range. And based on their kind of their simplicity and how colorful it is, that's what they're selling. So you might find these in some model shops for about that range, so about 20 to $30 ish. I got this from NewType, and if you know some people at NewType from Instagram, usually they have like a NewType code that you could use, about 10% if I remember correctly. So if you guys have any of those, you could just go to newtypehq.com and purchase this kit. Unfortunately, I do not have a code, so go find somebody who's really good at plastic models, and they already have sponsorship with NewType. So let's open the box to see what's inside. And already, I am very impressed with all the color separations. So I hope my webcam can kind of capture what's all in here. So looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runners, which is not too bad. I'm pretty impressed that there's only 6 runners. So I don't think this is going to be a very complex kit. So I'm pretty excited to build this, and this should be a very simple kit to do. Normally I would like have already take the parts out and just show you how put together, but today, well, I just got these and I just wanted to go from start to finish just by cracking it open and just cut the parts out and just building it one by one. So I'll leave that here. Let's take a look at the manual. Very colorful manual. Kind of the same picture that you saw in the box art. Ooh. Yep, this is definitely colorful. So if you look through the manual, there's a very simple instructions, very visual, just pointing out which part goes with which and how to put this together. And there's some English and Japanese to it, so you don't have to worry about any language barrier issues. And of course, there are many parts that are not in color, but still in the same style. So, I think I'm going to have very fun with this. Alright, so let's try digging in. How shall I put this? So, let's go ahead and put up my toolbox. So, for those of you who are new to building plastic models, there's really 2 items, 2 tools that you need to build. One is going to be what's called a nipper, and basically it looks like, you know, this one has a lot of names: sprue cutters, plastic cutters, nippers. Not a scissor, but basically it's a tool to cut out the sprues and the plastic from the root or the tree. And then you will need a design knife. Design knife, X-Acto knife, art knife. There are many names to it. Mine in particular, this one is very, very unique. This one looks like a pen. And this is how it looks like. So one thing to be very careful is that art knife, design knife, or X-Acto knife, they're known to be very, very sharp. So careful when you guys are working with this. Always remember, you need to take care of your hands first before the model. So I'm gonna just open these up. Let's see. These are probably the most colorful runner that I've ever had when building a classic model. I guess it's because they want to maintain that whole movie feel with all the colors. So I'm gonna set them to the side. So what I'm going to do right now is, if you've seen my review, I'm going to be using Tag Art's runner stand. These are very helpful. I'll just show you how they work. Let me just turn on the backlight a little bit. All right, there we go. So all you got to do is find an area where you could hook this up. Just place it just like so, and this will stand just like this. As you can see, if you've seen my previous video, basically I had a huge problem of how to organize runners, but this really help out on just like basically organizing the runner itself. It saves a lot of space and it's very convenient. If you guys want to know where to get these, let me know. I know there's some few sites, and I have some few connections where I could order a bunch. So, I have some other ones that. We need 2 of these. Clear part, I'll just put here. Alright. That is scary. Pretty creepy. But I guess that's what toys are, right? They can be creepy at sometimes. Just put it right next to me. They have a pretty flimsy type of material. I don't know if this is ABS or just a very thin material. I really love kind of what they did with the gold. That little detail, I appreciate it very much. And then this clear part, so I'll do it later. So just to show you guys what the stickers are going to be, there isn't a lot of stickers, but here are some. Take a focus, please. Manually focus that. There you go. So the stickers that you see here, I think these are going to be the eyes, and These two, you could choose which one you want to do. And for those of you who don't know, and this could be for spoilers for Toy Story 3, but basically these are the name of the owner. And in Toy Story 1, I think it was their right or left foot that they have these stickers on. It's basically, when the owners, they just write their names on your toys. Those are the stickers. I don't know which one to put because I am planning to put these on, but these two, I might have to think about which one I want to do. So let me know in the comment section which one you guys like the best. Do you guys like Andy or Bonnie? So I'll just put that there. All right, let us start. Andy is OG. Yes. Yes. Han 31. Andy is OG. He's kind of like our age when we love toys. Yep, definitely. I would go for Andy. All right. I guess let's look at the color manual and just do. Let's start with the waist. So I will take the runner and start putting it out. So let's cut out 30, 32. Oh. So the plastic. So normally when you like clip out the plastic, you hear like a very hard tick sound, but the plastics feel very soft. Yeah, they're pretty soft. Yep. So it doesn't feel like that you're gonna damage your nippers at all, which is good. That means I don't have to destroy this that much. And then B232. So there's both of these. So, what's everybody's Toy Story memory? Have you guys seen Toy Story 4 or any of the Toy Story series when you guys were young? You guys had any toys? My memory, as I build this through, my memory with Toy Story, I guess I was pretty into the series when I was pretty young. I always had to tell mom to always buy me like Toy Story stuff, or I just use my allowance to get Toy Story toys. I guess there's not a lot in Korea back then. That's where I used to live for almost all my life, from K to 12. But yeah. Yeah, if I remember, I had like a very small Woody toy. That's So it was just like an action figure. I don't think there's any like the actual size because those will be hard to find. Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head. I mean, I knew him. I knew Mr. Potato Head before Toy Story came out, and it was like a kid's toy. Like no, not kids, like a toddler toy. Mr. Potato Head was well. He's pretty funny in the movie. Oh man, you had two of them, Mr. and Mrs. or just Mr. Potato Head. Man, if you had Mr. Potato Head back, like back in the '90s, you were considered rich. Because I think in Korea that was like an import. Not a lot of imports went through. All right, so so I heard from a lot of people that actually, so when I heard that Toy Story 4 came out, I was pretty worried. Very worried. I don't know if it's because the recent, well, actually, I won't talk about it here. I guess recent direction of how they want to promote Toy Story again, just like back in the day. I mean, Toy Story is a very huge franchise. But when Toy Story 4 came out, I mean, I guess I was lost of where the story is going to go. Because I thought 3 did a very good job just putting it all together. It was more like an ending. Well, if you guys seen the movie, like you would feel that this is kind of like really for the old Toy Story fans who grew up with 1 and 2. All right, so let's put these together. So I think I'm not going to paint these. I mean, I'll do some little minor painting, but not all the way. I think this kit just itself might look great without painting. Well, that's what the box says, so let's believe that. So this goes. There we go. Wow, these are pretty secure. there. So this is the waist. Overall, it looks very good. So I guess this is going to be the jean part. Very nice detail. And see, and it didn't take that much time. Already, I'm done with the waist. You can see there's the part where you connect the leg right here. Very good. All right, let us go with the legs. This one has quite a lot of parts. So let's, I guess we don't need this that much. Okay. So many of you guys were thinking, where was I for a good month? Well, real life work really got me just all busy. But August is just pretty much in the automotive industry. It's a pretty busy time, especially for us. I guess most of, the fiscal year just is ending. It's like almost the first half. So yeah, I was at work because, as you know, I'm not really doing plastic model for money. It's just basically my hobby. But yeah, I was kind of like off the Instagram kind of scene. It's been very busy. So thank you guys for asking in Instagram. I do look at some DMs and comments and any mentions that you guys have made to me. So you guys are very awesome. So, I figured I'd show you guys on, I guess, how to cut the parts off the runner. So, just as a very basic explanation, this whole tree where you have all the plastic parts in there, this is called a runner. Now, what the runner is that since these are going through a machine called injection molding, and basically all the plastic residues as they go melt in, they will slide through here and just create a tree. Basically, it's just injected in there. So this is called a runner. And what usually you would do is you would have a nipper, any kind of nipper. It could be a nail clipper or some sort. I've done it with scissors before. Don't recommend it. But what you're going to do is instead of cutting like right next to the part, I wouldn't recommend doing that because some of the nut marks will show and it'll be very hard to get that off. You might have to sand that through. So what you should remember what to do is you have to cut twice. The first time you will cut like not like right next to the part, but just a little further away from the part. So And what that's going to do is that's going to keep the overall part to be clean. And then we cut it for the second time for a very close cut. So like what I'm doing here, I'm just cutting through each of the edges. Well, not edges, but just at the tip. And then from here, if I just zoom. So this is how you would initially cut the part, just not together, just all the way there. So these I guess you call them nubs. Any of those like plastic that's on the part, that's called a gate or a nub mark. And so, what our purpose of doing it twice is that so that you don't accidentally cut the part to make it to damage the plastic, and just so that you could get like a very good finish as you do so. So my way of doing this is, if you can look closely, there's going to be some sort of like a triangular shape. That's where kind of the indication of which direction you want to cut. So, for example, if you look at it this way, this flat part itself, like you can see through this triangle area, that's where you will know like how the part would look like if you cut it in a certain way. So for example, you see this line that's going through. So you have to cut in a very, just matching the line itself, like the parallel area. If you don't cut it in a parallel area, the plastic will have like a stress mark, which is basically what it looks like. It's going to be like white, and usually that's kind of like damaging the plastic so that the color won't seem like at the color that it's supposed to be. So how you would cut it. So if you look at it at this angle, you can see like the sharp end, the perpendicular end. That's going to be like a good indicator of which side you should cut. So, and it should follow the blade of where it should cut. So as you can see, here's the line this way. If you cut it this way, it will leave a stress mark. So you want to follow the line and then gently cut it there. Don't do it too tight because that you will actually dig the plastic in. So gently, just slowly cut that through. And as you can see, you can see some mark on there, but it's very minimal. So, and what you could usually, and from there, this is what I usually do. I take my nails and I just like scratch it over just to get some of those white marks out. And this actually really helps. And you can see that there's no more white marks anymore. Cool. So yeah, make sure. So just to review, just look through the gate of which direction it's heading, and then from there, slowly follow that line and clip it off. And as you can see, you won't have any gate marks anywhere. If you do see a little bit of white, just don't worry. Just use your thumbnail. Just scratch that lightly, and then the white mark disappears. Simple. So I'll be doing that for most of the other times. So yeah, that's kind of like one way that you could cut these parts. So what's everybody doing for Labor Day weekend? I know we got 2 more days of freedom. Hope everyone's having a good time. Let me know in the chat. So actually, yesterday, I actually rented out Toy Story just so that I could, just look at it again, reminiscing it. Toy Story was a very good movie at the time. I guess for us kids back then, toys pretty was pretty canon. It's one of those things where, especially if you're like an old timer like me, toys were pretty was a big deal. I don't think I don't know because I think toys like right now it's more geared towards like adults like us for all those for collectors' sake. I guess kids don't really care about toys anymore. So, for those of you who's joining in, hi, my name is EA Spuds from the Plamo Build Report, and right now I am building Woody from Toy Story. It's a model by Bandai. It's under the Cinema Rise Standard series. Currently, for Toy Story, they only have Woody and Buzz. So, yeah, it looks like a very simple kit, very colorful, just like from the movies. So yeah, if you're interested, do check them out. I am currently making Woody right now. You know, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with kind of the overall, I guess, first impression of how these kits feel right now. They're a different feeling than like any of like the Gundam models. They're not that too hard. I guess it's very soft, but not that flimsy. You can still feel like some resistance to it, but yeah, I mean, these feel pretty good. Okay, so we got two of these. There we go. Now I'm building this socket. Nice. And then drink. So this is the leg. Very flimsy. I don't even know if it looks like a leg. At least for now. There we go. Let's zoom that out. Good. Alright, let's look through the other legs. Let's get the boots. So we'll have to build that first. Oh, this one's a hard one. So get this out. Yep. I'm glad that I didn't use God Hand for this one. This will probably, I don't know. I mean, normally people ask, how long does it take you to complete a model? Just putting it together. I mean, it depends on the model, basically. I mean, if you're looking for like if you're asking about like a really one of those like big models, like 100 scale. Generally, if you're like me, who's very attention to detail and very anal about it, it'll probably take me about, depends, like 3 to 4 hours if I do it nonstop. But for like a very small kit, I mean, usually an hour, hour and a half just to put it together, but 2 hours at most. And really, building is really not about speed at this point, as how I feel. I mean, it's just you just enjoying just every moment of it. Just taking the part off the runner and just putting it together. I mean, I think that's kind of the whole joy. And it's also joy if you have like something that you saw when you were a kid and you like to build it, just like Woody. Woody, for me, I mean, I thought he was a pretty interesting character. He's not your like really. He's I guess the most human that I felt like when it comes to just character in general. I mean, when I was young, I mean, he was a cowboy, and not a lot of kids liked cowboys, but Woody was one of that exception where, people actually liked him. I think it's because it's voiced by Tom Hanks. He's done a very good job just overall. But I feel like Woody is one of those characters where if you just see him, yeah, I mean, he's not like a hero of some sort. Really, I mean, he doesn't have the hero quality. If you think about it, just rewatching the movie yesterday just made me think that, hey, he's just that kind of a very average human character that you see at work, just trying to take control, like a leader who wants to just not want to just kind of be dethroned from his position. I guess that's kind of like where Toy Story came in, and Buzz and everybody. Buzz, I mean, was a character that I really liked because, back then he was like a space ranger. He has laser and he has like retractable wings. But yeah, I mean, Woody, I mean, he's the most human character that I feel like that existed. And I know on the internet there's like a lot of theories about Toy Story. I also read them. Very ridiculous. One of them was like this Toy Story itself, like where they're kind of like a slave to the humans, or vice versa. They were trying to go like, rebel against the humans. And basically anything about Andy's family situation. That one really just was shocking. Like, you guys in the internet, you guys are there to destroy childhoods, man. Just every single one of you. But it's an interesting thought. It's uh, a lot of people who take those very seriously about the lore and trying to figure out what happened to the actual character, why they're going to be. It's very deep. Like the part about Andy's father. Where is he? It's like Pokemon, you know? Where's Ash's dad? Was he there? Is Professor Oak really his dad? I don't know, it's something to really think about when you just like deep dive into it. It's very strange. We adults, when we look at toys, we think of it as like more of a collector's item, just kind of like dig through. But as kids, you don't think of those stuff. You know, toy's just a toy. You play around with it, have memories with it. Then there are some parts where your parents starts giving that away to someone that you don't know. Yeah, those memories. I don't even know if I still have my Toy Story toys. I know I have that huge Buzz Lightyear. You know, the one that actually glows in the dark. If you press the button, the wings pop out and has those voice commands. Those were pretty cool. Those were like the actual toy that actually appeared from the movie. I had one. My cousin had one. I think that was it. I mean, almost everybody who was into Toy Story at least had a Buzz Lightyear. Woody, I don't think there was like that actual Woody doll, just like a $5 action figure. Oof. 왜 이렇게 안 들어가니? Here's kind of part of a foot. There's that. I don't know what this is called in a cowboy boot. It's something that you hit the horse. Yeah, this spike thing at the back. Overall, I like the design. It's very well made. All right, let's take the boot part. Might as well get the holster out too. You know, I think for Buzz, I might have to just take these out. Well, take all the parts out before I do a live stream because I kind of looked at like Buzz's overall parts. There's a lot of parts, like just compared to Woody, and there's a very cool gimmick to it, which I was surprised when they actually put that in there. If you guys don't know, you know, Buzz has. Well, I'll just say one thing. I'm pretty sure we'll revisit it tomorrow, but Buzz has a lot more action points. That it kind of moves like a toy and has a function that's like a toy. And I'm pretty surprised that they've actually put that in there. I think that's the reason why Buzz is a little more expensive than Woody. But I think Woody is a good model for any beginners who's starting out. Even though you didn't start from Gundam models, you know, this Toy Story model could be like one other thing that people can get really interested in, just starting out. All right. Let's look at the holster. There you go. Now that you put like a match in there. It's pretty cool. All right, let's work on the feet part. Oh, wow, these plastics are very, very soft. It's a good thing and a bad thing, because the good thing is they're pretty easy to cut. The bad thing is that if you make one wrong move, I think it'll scrape very easily. Like already, I think there are some portions where if you overdo it, I think it'll just be a little bit damaged. So be careful. You know, plastic model is really not a race. Just because if you can do it fast doesn't mean that you're the greatest builder. That's not the whole purpose of a plastic model anyways. Oh, there you go. Oh. Wow, okay. So these shoes, man, they're well done. There you go. So the thing how they do with the shoes, it's like fitting your own feet in there. I'm not sure which side though. Is it the big side? No. Oh no, it's this side. I think you just insert it. Am I doing this right? Oh, there we go. Oh wow, they put a lot of thoughts into this. So, just to show you guys, there you go. So this is like the bottom of the shoe. And then here's the joint. The part that where you actually move with it. All you're doing is you're gonna just insert it in this joint through here. So just stick it in, and there you go. That's a cool idea. And then once you get those, stay in here. Oh. Check it out. Yeah, look at that. And the shoe and the feet. The joint is pretty good. All right, now if you just stick these in. Oh, look at that. This is actually pretty cool. Look at this. I've done the whole bottom portion, the leg, the feet, and also the waist. Let's see how it moves. So one thing you notice about these kits, and you know how like Woody has like a very like kind of a dollish movement, but in order to do that, the joints from the waist and the leg, you could actually pull it lower that, as you can see right here. You could lower that to make grand movements like this. Look at that. So you could just do the usual Toy Story leg movements. Yeah. Just lift that up. Yeah, and if you guys if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know how like this is how Woody runs. This is his legs. He could actually sit down too. Wow. So far I really like how this is turning out. Alright, so I'll put the legs down here. Oh, and remember guys, always never leave nut mucks behind. Or those plastic nubs gates. So yeah, this is how much that you will get out if you do the method that I just explained to you. So I'm just gonna put it in the box and store it away later. Yeah, look at that. There's a lot of those. Alright, now let's get to which part should I do next? So right now we got this whole body, the upper body part that's left over. We got the 3 heads, the arm, and then the chest. You know what? Let's do. Let's start building it upward. So let's start with the body. I think the face. The face is what I want to see at the very end. All right. So the chest part. Now they say on the box that the chest part is the one that's kind of their like selling point, where all the detail is out. Scarf. Oh wow, so this is interesting. There are parts that are like, it's very hard to distinguish in the camera. Maybe this will help. This one has kind of like a semi-gloss. This one's like, the red's very glossy. And then the blue and the brown, they're more like a kind of a matte finish, but more semi-glosses type. Normally, you don't see those type of part type variation on the surface finish on like one runner, but this one has that all together. Very cool. Yeah, see, even the white part doesn't have that much shine to it. They really must thought this through. Okay. Oh boy, these are really small parts. Let's put these aside for now. Yellow ones. P18 is right here. Oh, okay. I get the idea. So, look at this. So, I guess they were aiming for kind of this part separation. So, you see the black and here's the white. And if you know Woody, his whole body, since he's a cowboy, so he has some kind of a cow, like a cow vest. I like how they like did this. Like, this is how they would separate the black and the white color. Very creative. It's very simple too. Man, Bandai's stepping up their game lately. They're trying a lot of things right now. All right, so I'm right now putting together the back. Haha. So if you look at the back, you can see that if you notice what this part is, this is the thing where you pull the string, and Woody would say it's so Woody's a toy where if you just pull the string, it says something. So if you just pull the string and it says reach for the sky, or someone poisoned the water hole, all the kind of stuff like that. I'm glad that they included that portion in this one. Very cool. I just wish that you could make it so that it has an actual string that pops out. But hey, it's Woody. I don't think they don't put that much detail in having Woody just do anything functional. Which is a shame, because Woody can do a whole bunch of stuff. How can you fix a part if you cut somewhere you're not supposed to? That question, I guess it depends on how, like, which part you cut. Like, for example, if you, let's say, cut this part off, like the edge. I mean, there are millions of ways you could fix it. And you need to. There's many different ways of fixing it. Like, for example, if you cut like this round part and then you just, like, for example, I'm not going to do that right now, but I'll just tell you, like, kind of an example. So, I guess let's say, for example, you've cut out this edge part right here just by accident. There are two ways you can do that. One way is you could take like some super glue or like a cement, and then take that broken part, the cut off part, other part, and just like glue it. Then later on, you just have to sand it out, and then you could fix it that way. The other part is like if you lost that part somehow. Oh, excuse me. If you lost that part somehow, there are some products called polystyrene. Basically it's a kind of like it's a piece of plastic, like a plastic plate. You could cut it to size, and all you have to do is just super glue it together and then sand it out, and then it'll be good as new. Like, if you're doing the second method, you will have to paint it. But if it's some part that it won't show, then you don't really have to paint it. But yeah, those are kind of the two methods of how you would repair a part. I actually did one video, like it's a very early video. I was building HG Gundam Age, and I lost one piece. And what I did was I used a polystyrene plate and just super glued it, and then I basically just sand the heck out of it, and it just looks like a brand new part. So if you're interested in that portion, head over to my channel, and there is a video that you could watch again. So check the video out. I hope that helped answers your question. Thanks for the question, Han31. It's a very good question. And I think the thing about plastic model is that no matter how broken it is, you could always fix it. Like, you could always like recreate a part. You could always fix it. Yeah. I mean, it's plastic. You could melt it and just like make it look cool. I've done several times where I just like melt the plastic and just recreate that into something new. But yeah, that's the beauty of this hobby. You could make, fix, repair, or make your own. there's a lot of people out in the Instagram community. Just, there's some Instagrammers that I follow that are really good at like painting or repairing. Yeah, so you could take my advice. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are many other different ways of just fixing a plastic. Really, like it's not that complex if you think about it. Again, it's plastic. You could do whatever with it. Just don't eat it. That's not good for you. So right now I'm just doing. Oh, okay, so there are some few parts I need to cut out. So next I'll just start out. And then the white two Dippin' Dots. Ooh, these are very small. Nice. So this is the front part. You can see the sheriff badge. It's well detailed. It has the sheriff. Man, these guys, they took the time to actually put down the actual markings of it. I just love these detail. And this yellow part in general, I think you'll see it in the arms later on, but if you look at through these lines, they're really deeply molded in. So and normally this, I guess Woody's like whole panel line is going to be like brown, but if you don't have anything to draw paneling with, I don't think this is a pretty big issue because since the mold is very deep, it just looks like the panel line itself. So yeah, I don't think you have to like draw any panel lines in this one. I mean, it'll look better or it'll stand out, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, so we have the overall upper body. Ooh boy. Okay, I gotta take this apart because I forgot to put the neck. Oh boy, that's my mistake. All right. So always read the manual before you put things together. Don't do like what I did. So So this is the back. 좀 가까이 붙여야 되네. Now I just have to put the collar. Wow, I really like the collar. Look at that. You see that? They made it into one part. Then the scarf just goes on top. And then we have to also cut out this long neck part right here. I didn't realize that Woody has a long neck. That's definitely strange. Yeah, Woody does he have a long neck? This is very weird. I mean, I guess if we put the face together, I think it'll show. All right. So that is part of Woody. Got the body part. Now all I need to build is the face and the arms, and we'll be done. Cool. This is going good. How long was I doing this for? Let me check just real quick. Ooh, almost 2 hours. Wow. This is... Oh, it's taking a little bit while, but... Are you guys enjoying the stream so far? So far I am. I know today there will be many other streams tonight. Just from Instagram and some other YouTubers that are doing the stream. So if you follow the Four Horsemen, which if you know Instagram like Gundam model scene, there are 4 guys who are very talented builders. I love their work. They're all 4 of them. They do like a Google Hangout live stream. And it's supposed to be today at like 10 o'clock or so. So, if you guys are interested, go support them. Yeah, today at 10 o'clock. And I believe the YouTube channel, if you type in 4 Horsemen, or there's a guy, his YouTube channel name is Nozaku guy. Yeah, Nozaku guy. Nozaku boy, sorry. Nozaku boy. So yeah, if you go and check them out, they're actually a very talented group of builders. They come from all over the place, like USA, Australia. Actually, it's just Australia and the US. There's also another builder, and she's starting out her live stream at Instagram. Instagram handle is Vandalee. I think it's 7:30. I think it's 7:30 Pacific time or CST. I have to double check that, but basically she's also doing a streaming. So go check her out too if you're on the Instagram scene, and I think she's on Twitch too. So yeah, those 2 other live streams are on tonight. If you're really well interested in like any model building, go support them. They're really good builders, very friendly guys and girl. So yeah, go check them out. But of course, if you guys want to stay here and watch me build this Woody, feel free. Come back, either come back later or just, just stay here. Love to talk to you guys. You guys keep me company. And you guys are also helping me to train me for basically my tendency of when I'm building is I go very silent. And as you guys probably heard it by now, I'm like concentrating, like I get into like this deep concentration mode whenever I try to build something. But, I'm trying to train myself to really be good at walking and chewing the gum at the same time, which is, well, building while live streaming. Wish I was good at cutting sprues and just cleaning out the part as fast as I can. I think when it comes to like model build, like building a plastic model, I think this part right here is my least favorite, and I'm pretty sure most of you will agree with me because cutting this part out and just do any surface finishes, just like removing the nub marks, just make them clean as possible. I think that takes a lot of time. I think the whole essence of just building something is putting things together, like you're putting a robot together. I mean, that's the whole reason why I got into the hobby in the first place. Just imagine you're like building your own toy, your own mechanic, your own Gundam. How cool is that? You could color it what you want to. You could like make your own storyline. You could just, they say Gunpla is freedom, as they say, just anywhere else you will see. But yeah, I mean, it's true. You could literally do anything with it. And the best thing is like the more, and once you build it, you could just display it, or you can make it more detailed, a lot better. Make it look like not a plastic model, make it more like a $500 piece of art. And you could do that with a plastic model, and basically the more time you spend time with it, like it will show, like it will reward you with that whole idea, of you've made an artwork. It's just not just a toy. You could do something with it. If it's like that one I don't know the character's name, but in Toy Story 2 there was this one old grandpa who just bring his whole toolkit. And this guy, I mean, as a model builder, I mean, I just saw that scene again on YouTube, and that just blew my mind because this guy has the most impossible like setup. Like it's like he could carry and just do any of his work. Like it's like this giant wooden box that has a lot of shelves or storages. Like for girls who do like makeup, it's like the whole makeup box where you open it up and there's a mirror and there's like all these compartments you put in. This guy had like an airbrush and an airbrush compressor and just a lot of like spare parts for like dolls. Like back then I thought it was just like, well, he's just fixing a doll. Why would he need that much? Why would he need an airbrush? I mean, at that time I didn't know what an airbrush was, but man, I want that setup. Just you could carry your own airbrush anywhere. I mean, think about it. Think about like all the places that where you could just make your model, right? Like outside or at someone else's house, like you don't have to worry about anything. Just bring that big wooden case and just you could repair, you could build, you could do whatever you want. Man, that was one funny scene. Hey George, how's it going? Hope your Labor Day weekend doing is well. For those of you who chimed in just now, this is Plamo Build Report. Today I'm building Woody from Toy Story. So far, it's a pretty interesting, very simple, very colorful kit. I really love it. For and Woody and Buzz came out. I'm right now building Woody. I'll do Buzz Lightyear tomorrow, but I will not be cutting the sprues during the stream because I think Buzz has a crap ton of parts, just a lot, and you'll see why as you go tomorrow. I could explain. Yep, I know you mentioned if I was doing Star Wars kit. No, it's Toy Story Woody. But yeah, getting back to that whole topic. So yeah, I want that kind of setup. I want like a portable workstation with an airbrush and a compressor, just everything. Because you guys won't see it, but over on this side, I have like three big containers, and I just put a lot of stuff in there, like sandpaper, some paints, paintbrush, nippers, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. And I feel that like if you have like more than three boxes, then you're buying a lot. You're buying a lot of tools, But as people who are in the hobby, you just that's what you get. You just want like like a better nipper, better knife, better sandpaper, better everything, and that's kind of like what everybody has to go through, right? I've seen people who have like 10 different airbrushes. You really don't need 10 different airbrushes. Just I mean, once you find the one that you are really comfortable to use, yeah. Yeah, George, these kits, I could show you one of the box. Actually, yep, they are owned by Disney. Well, I guess they were Disney back then, but as you can see, the model is by Bandai. Yep, Disney and Pixar. So there's like a three-way partnership going on. I don't know how much that will work. But yeah, George, I'm doing the face last because that one I feel like it's the most ridiculous part of this kit. So I'm trying to just not well, kind of like rush my way through just building the arms right now. Man, if Disney buys Bandai, they will I don't know. They'll have Gundams with like big black ears. Mickey Mouse would be the next Amuro Ray. Actually, Char for that matter. Heck, Star Wars. I mean, not Star Wars. Disney's just taking over the world. They got Marvel. They got what else? Oh, they got Star Wars. So what is next? I think they're gonna take Godzilla next. Disney is gonna change the world. It'll be Mobile Suit Gundam, Mickey Mouse. Oof. That will be a nightmare. So this is, I guess I should call it frame, but this is kind of like how they put the parts together. So if I just show you up close, this is actually well thought out. So each one of these joints, they kind of fit in one of these parts right here. Hopefully I'm doing it right. Yep. Then all I have to do is find the other piece. Yep, this is one mistake that I've done. I cut out every single piece, and this part you have to really look at the manual very carefully, or else you'll get lost. I'm already struggling right now. Okay. So this in particular is a 3-piece. That's interesting. There you go. That doesn't look right. Is it right here? Oops. All right, I'm in trouble. I have no idea how to put these together. Oh, okay. That's one. Okay, good. And then this part will be... I think this is how you put it together. Yeah. There we go. Wow. So for those of you who just missed it, so this whole round, I think this is the bicep. This bicep has this really particular shape, and see how, and I've explained this before, but see how these each of the arm parts, the molds are very deep, so you don't really have to put any panel lines, and they will just have this like little shadowing effect. But I think this is really well done in one sense. Let's put it all together to see how it looks like just overall. Okay, so that goes up. Wow, this is interesting. Is it this way? No. So it's right here. Okay. Oh boy, this is also a three-piece. Wow. Bandai. You do make things simple very complicated. But I do praise you. For doing this. Man, I feel like you need to know how to make 3D, like 3D models. This is insane. Wow. Oh, that's the other one. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I think this is it. Wow. This really need you really need to be concentrate on this part. And then there's supposed to be a lock here. Oops, no. That's the other part. There you go. So then we got this one part. Hello, welcome to the stream. 안녕하세요. Hey, take it easy, George. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so that appears to be the arm. I hope I did this correctly. All right, let's do the other ones. Let's see. Yeah, this is a really good attempt. This whole 3D, but yeah, I should have. All right, so once you get the grasp of it, yeah, I'm getting it right now. This is pretty good, or maybe not. Very interesting attempt from Bandai. These guys do know how to really do know how to make things pretty cool. I hope Buzz isn't like this. Oh, I thought it was weird. There are parts that are not supposed to be there. And I finally found it. Well, which side is it? Okay, so it's this one. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense. So for those of you who are looking at this right now, there's supposed to be like one area where it's like completely covered. Yeah. Come on, focus. Yeah, one area that's completely covered, and one area they're supposed to have that opening. So so Woody can have this little articulation point where it looks like it's a doll. You know how like Woody is not really like a plastic toy, but he's made out of wools and fabric. Man, I kind of do like the idea. It's not really beginner friendly though. I think this will frustrate This will frustrate some beginners. But it's a very cool attempt. I mean, I like the idea. Alright, I fixed that part. Alright, there you go. Now it looks natural. Shush. Alright, and then so to cut this part out. There you go, there's the arm. Arm without the hands, so. Alright. So are we finally going to the main event, which is going to be the face? I think we are. Alright, so let's take out one hand. 7, okay. So hands will go like this. There are multiple different type of hands, but for today, let's go with the simpler option. After all, he's a cowboy, so he needs his hands. All right. There goes his hands. He's saying hi, but he has no face. So let's make a face. This is the one that I want to fear the most. All right, guys. Which face should we go? They're all creepy. Let's go with the open face. It's very generic. But yeah. Face part, I think I'm going to have a little fun with this. Oh, Woody. Alright, so I see in the manual that there are some white parts. Oh, I think that's it for this one. And then let's take out the hair. then A2. Of course, we have the cowboy hat. I think that's it. And then this one also has teeth. Yeah. All right. So this is the actual mouthpiece that we got, number 28. Gloss finish. And then white teeth, D5. There we go. Actually, let's use this. And finally, the eyes. I have never made a humanoid type of model before, so this is gonna freak me out a bit. We'll see what happens. I have never made, well, I've made frame on girls once, but that was it. That was for a friend. But in terms of like other humanoid, I have never made. Actually, this will be my first human-like model that I'll build. This is crazy, crazy. But I almost see the end. Then the hat. All right. Let us build the eyes. This is gonna be creepy. So for the eyes, this is how it looks like. So what you guys want to do is you guys want to add stickers. Because these actually move, believe it or not. Okay. All right, where are the stickers at? Whoa. This is gonna be one part that oh boy. Wow. Okay. You have to put the sticker on. Look at that. That is grotesque. It really looks like the detail of the sticker. It's so detailed that it's gross. Jesus. All right. Well, now. Oh boy. This is so weird. I've never done like a human. As I said, I've never done a humanoid model. Oh boy. That is disturbing. Hi, I'm a screwed up Woody. Oh boy. All right. Ah, but I like how it turns out. Wow, this is great. All right. Before I get cursed, let's put all these together. Oh. Yes, moving eyeballs. Oh boy. This is oh. It doesn't really fix that well. I mean, but I guess that's the point. Because if we do this, yeah, the eyeball moves. It moves. Alright, guys. When you guys make this model, please keep in mind that you have to be in a 10-year-old mindset or else it's creepy. 10-year-olds don't think that this is creepy. No, not at all. But if you're like 30 or like if you're an adult, yeah, it does look creepy. Especially if you think of like all this weird stuff. But just imagine we're 10 years old. It's a toy that does not move. It does not have a will of its own. We just need to think that. If you do think that, then you've already ruined your childhood. All right. Oh, come on. Woody. I think a lot of people said that the Woody's left eye right here doesn't stay quite well. The other one, it stays, it's pretty stable, but they say that this side does not quite do it. It moves so freely. Yeah, basically that. Alright, I'm having way too much fun with this. Sorry, Woody. Oh. I think there's some that's stuck. Just need to put it in place. Alright. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Come on, Woody. Alright, let's put his hat. Does the hat not fit? Yeah, I guess, wow, the hat does not fit too well. But here it is, guys. Howdy, howdy. It's Woody. Man, look at him. This is awesome, actually. I mean, except for the except for the eyes. I mean, he's actually pretty. He's pretty cool. Yeah, but the eye, yeah, the eyeballs. Trying to match it up to make it more natural. Wow, this is hard. There we go. It's Woody. Oh man. He looks awesome. Yeah, let me put his hat on. Look at that. That's so cool. All right. Let's see if I could try to make a pose. Maybe I do need some of his arm piece. C9 and C18. Okay, let's do more. Oh, whoops. That's the other way. Well, there it is, guys. Oh. All right. Let's see if I can pose him. Woody is looking good. Just put this here. All right, I'll be. Hold on, let me just change the camera for a bit. What are you going to do? Okay. All right. hat's falling off. Look at that. Wow. Haha. Alright, let me just zoom. Make that zoom good. Ooh, I don't know why the discoloring happened, but let's change that. Let's bring some light in here. This is cool. Look at this. This Woody. Wow, this is probably one of my favorite part. Alright, just if I just let you look it through. Well, the hat's pretty flimsy, but other than that, it has all the details that you see. It has the boot, the doll-like articulation, and I didn't use a stand, but you don't really need a stand because it sits up very well. The hat is the only thing that's the issue, but overall, that's a cool. That's cool. Alright, so now we just have to pray that this won't move once I leave the room. But yeah, guys, this, yeah, I really like the build. It's really enjoyable. My initial review with this kit, basically it's a very beginner friendly-ish kit. It has a lot of ideas that Bandai have used, like the arms especially. The arm, I think it's the coolest part, but it's the most difficult part if you don't read the instructions carefully. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. But in terms of the detail of like how they separate the black and the white and the yellow, this yellow, I think it's a very good idea. Feet, very basic. The eye part is very creepy because it doesn't stay well, but overall, I mean, the kit looks really good. Yeah. I'm glad that I built it. Can't wait for a buzz so I could like display it together. Cool. Well, it's around 10:30. Think I had a good time. So for those of you who stayed behind or who stayed till the end, thank you very much for joining in the stream. I will definitely do more of these streams. But let me know what you think of the build itself. Might do a little review on it as far as the other kits that I still have to review, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, this has been a pleasure. The first non-Gunpla plastic model in this channel. Pretty cool. Anyways, guys, I'm about to just cut the stream here, but thank you for all for joining in for the stream. Hope your Labor Day weekend's going pretty good. I will be building Buzz tomorrow, same time at 8 p.m. So if you guys if you guys would like to join me and just hang out, I would love to talk with you while I build stuff. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining the stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream, next video. See ya. Bye bye.